Good morning, friends. Welcome to my thrifted home, and my name is Dusty. And today we have a little bit of a different haul. I didn't go to an estate sale. Actually, I didn't go to any estate sales this week, not even half price days or anything, because none of them really jazzed me that much. They were all just kind of, I mean, there was things I probably could have bought, but nothing that really motivated me to want to go. Plus, a lot of them were like 45 minutes to an hour and 10 minutes away. So I just couldn't convince myself to go. But right up the street from us, about 4 blocks away, the Northwood Temple Church was having a garage sale, community garage sale. So we went there, and I hit the jackpot on books. So I'm keeping a few, but the majority are going into my shop. So if you're a cookbook lover like me, and some of them are old, which is even better, those will be in my shop. So let's share the haul, and I'll start with what I'm keeping, and then we'll move into what could be yours. So the first thing I picked up was this bird cage, and I'm going to put it on my front porch. I already have a couple of other bird cages there, and then I have a pot with Creepy Jenny. My husband calls it Creepy Jenny, or if you know Forrest Gump, Creepy Jenny. So that's what I'm going to set in here. It also came with a little bird's nest, so I'm going to use that on my catio. And then it came with 2 cast iron birds. So all of that, the bird cage, the nest, and the 2 birds for a $5 deal. So pretty happy about that. These will go on the catio as well. And then I got this cute little Easter bunny with his little collar and an egg and a little chick. So he does on the bottom that it says that he's holiday inspirations, bunny decor. I don't know if he's like Michael's or what, but I don't really care. I just think he's cool. So he's going to go in my Easter decor. Then these are the books I'm keeping for myself. This is a nice old Fannie Farmer cookbook, and it's from 1965. And I don't know if you're familiar with Fannie Farmer, but she's one of the ones like The Joy of Cooking, Better Homes and Gardens, Betty Crocker. So an old staple in a kitchen, and I also just love how the book looks. Nice old hardbound. And I got this one from the Machine Shed. Now, if you are from Iowa, and I guess there's more than one, there's one in Davenport, Iowa, Urbandale, Iowa, Rockford, Illinois, Olathe, Kansas, and Pewaukee, Wisconsin. And I've been to the one in Urbandale, so that was the reason I picked this up, because I've been there, and it was good food, cool decor, similar to a Cracker Barrel, but honestly cooler. But they had an applesauce bread, which I still have the recipe for. It came on a postcard, and I actually bought the postcard just so I could have the recipe. So look and see if they have it in this book, because it'd be awesome if they did. Breads, let's see. Applesauce nut bread. I just want the applesauce bread. Oh, applesauce cake. I wonder if that's it. Let's see. No, I don't think so, because it has raisins and nuts, and I'm pretty sure the original recipe didn't have raisins and nuts. But anyway, it's all good home cooking, so I'm excited to look through it. Then I bought myself this cross-stitch book, which I do like cross-stitching, and I tried doing it by making up my own pattern, and that didn't go well. So I honestly need a pattern. And this one is got every holiday, which is cool. You've got Valentine's, St. Patrick's, Easter, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, but I just look at that one. I love that turkey. Maybe I'll work on that, although it looks really complicated. But I also liked this, where it had the sampler. I love those. So I'm excited. Look at that fun one for Halloween. Let's see, what have they got for my birthday? Oh, let me count the ways how do I love thee? Let me count the ways. That's cute. And then initials. I like that, where they've made the love out of it. and the little Cupid. So, oh, look at the Easter. So we'll see if I can accomplish some of those. We'll see. I love projects, starting them. Finishing them is another story some days. Then I got this old McCall's cookbook. Isn't this cool? I love the graphics on it. Look at inside with the spices. And it even tells you what they are. That's really cool. And this one is a 1963. But look at the layouts and the graphics in there. I love the artwork in it. Oh my gosh. Oh, we even have some pictures. How cool is that? The icebox cookies. And oh, angel food cake. So love this. Then I got this one, Mary Mead's Country Cooking. First of all, look at this, the yellow and blue. Isn't it gorgeous? And then this with the little peach. Love it. And let's see our year, 1964. Look at those graphics. Graphics in the old images, besides the recipes, always get me. I mean, I love it. So that one's mine. And then there's 3 more that are mine. This one, the new Pennsylvania Dutch cookbook. And again with the graphics, and look at the edging here on the pages. And this one is, I think, 1958. And it doesn't really have much images, but there's, I mean, you got chicken and dumplings, you got shortcake, Grumera twists, which are potato twists, federal bread. I think it sounds like a lot of fun. So I'm keeping this one. And then they also had this one, Bible Atlas History, which I thought was fascinating. And I liked that it was not like overly complicated. So it would be a good read to like just add more depth to reading the Bible without it being like super studious, like I feel like I'm back in school. So I thought this was a good buy. And then the last one I got was Ideals Thanksgiving. Now, I don't know if you remember Ideals. I'm kind of dating myself because I remember my mom and my Aunt Dina having Ideal magazines and my grandma Ella. And I always thought they were kind of weird as a kid, but now as an adult, I love them. They're full of stories and poetry, and look at the imagery, the photographs. But let's see. Oh, there's some poetry. And I don't know, there's just something nostalgic about them. There's the Mayflower, the journey to the Mayflower, a prayer at Thanksgiving. So I thought this would be wonderful to put out with my Thanksgiving decor and actually even read through and enjoy. So maybe this Thanksgiving, I will share some of the poetry from here. So that's all that's mine. Now the rest is fair game in the shop. So if there's anything you see you like, check it out. There's also a sale going on this month with the code. Not sure when I'll post this. So it could be April, could be May. So just check the description. It will tell you what the code is and how much the percentage is off for the sale. And that's in my Etsy shop. Also, I do have an Amazon storefront. And I also have my own spread shop linked to my YouTube channel where Haley and I made some designs that have vintage designs on them and fun sayings. So if you want a carry tote for books or cookbooks or thrifting, or if you want a t-shirt or a hat or a mug, check out the shops. So, and that's all in my description or my profile on my channel. So check it all out. So let's look at what's up grabs that any of y'all could have if you want. First of all, this is not a cookbook, but these are somebody's hobbyist piece. But look at these little guys. They're definitely a pair, and look at him with his little suit and his little pipe. I just think he's adorable. And then you have her with her basket, Easter basket, and the Easter egg. So that pair will be in my shop. And then there's a bunch. If you are a Gooseberry Patch lover, I hit the mother load, so there'll be a bunch of those. There's this one, Comfort Foods, from, let's see if they'll give me a date, 2007. Then we have Family Favorites, and that one is from 2002. And then we have Homemade Harvest. And that one is 2010. And these are all in excellent condition. I didn't see any tears or stains or writing on any of these books. So that's amazing. Then there's Harvest Kitchen. And that one is, you're going to give me a date, 2008. Now, if I don't know if you're familiar with Gooseberry Patch, but they have great graphics in them. And sometimes there's little like notes or little stories, or here's how to do a napkin. And then the recipes are just your nice, basic, old-fashioned cooking. So love that about them. Then let's see, we have this one, Farmers Market's Favorites. And that is from 2009. Sorry, I got to shuffle some stuff around because, like I said, I hit the mother load of books. So there is a lot. Okay, so this is the last of the Gooseberry Patches. Only 5 more. There's Almost Homemade, which is from 2006. Then there's Church Suppers. These are really nostalgic to me as well. So there's that's from 2007. They make you think of grandma's cooking or old church potlucks. Then there's The Christmas Table. I know it's not Christmas, but if you're like me, oh, she's put some markers in there. That's cute. If you're like me, one of my friends, his name is Matt Made Home. I wouldn't say he's like a personal friend, but he's someone I follow on Instagram, and I really like his channel. It's Matt Made Home. And he says you have to have ABC, always by Christmas. So it doesn't matter the time of year, always by Christmas. So this is your wisdom for today, always by Christmas. But this one is from 2012. So there's a Christmas one. Then we also have Country Baking. And that one is from 2000. And then the last one is Farmhouse Kitchen. And that one is from 2009 or 2010, I think it said, January 2010. So those are all the Gooseberry Patches. So quite the stack of those. Selling all these at the yard sale at the church. It was her stepmother's cookbook. She was a collector, and there was just box after box after box after box. But I could only handle so many, and as you can see, I already still got a lot. I think I ended up with 31 books. So, whew, I think the only time was larger was the time I went to the pre-estate sale and got 70 books, and I can link that video in the description. So if you want to check out another book haul, you can watch that one. So on to the rest of the books. So we have this one, which is spiral bound like a Gooseberry Patch, but it's not a Gooseberry Patch. And this is from 1986. And it's just all those old-fashioned like church cookbooks. So there's this one. And then this one is an older one. And its age is 1961, and it's the complete Christmas book. First of all, look at the cover. I'm usually not a cover person. I usually take the dust jackets off, but isn't this gorgeous? And then the inside is what really sold me, because look at the images. I just think the images and graphics are so iconic for the 60s. I mean, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Even if you just wanted to lay that open on a table for display, that's so cool. So this will be in my shop. Then we have another old one. I believe this is the one I had to look up on Google because it was marked with Roman numerals, and it's from 1969. So we have that one, the complete holiday cookbook. But look, there's your graphics again. And it's got the old-fashioned, look at the pictures, old photos, black and whites. I mean, oh my goodness, look at that with a creepy little elf. No, thank you. He's probably the precursor to Elf on the Shelf. Then we have a newer one, This newer book is from 2008. If you're a baker, this is your book. 655 delicious recipes. Taste of Home. And Taste of Home has some amazing recipes. But also what always gets me is look at the pictures. I love photographs in a recipe. It makes me hungry. So there's this one. Then we have another Taste of Home Treasury of Christmas Recipes. And it is from 2004. So how fun is that? And got some more excellent pictures. But this one isn't all baking. This one has your meals and your appetizers and then your treats. So another great cookbook. And let's see, we have 5 left. So this was one that I was having trouble parting with, but I'm like, I don't need more cookbooks. But it's from 2011. I think my problem is because I just love the way this looks with the cinnamon rolls on it. And I actually want some cinnamon rolls. So, but great photographs, great. And it goes basically through each month. So there's April, May, June, July. So it goes through the entire year, each month of things that you can bake and cook. So I think that's really cool. Then we have this old one, The Wonderful World of Danish Cooking, which also, how neat is this? And it is from, let's see our age here on our book. 1965. Look at those images. And I don't know if there's any, well, there is a few images in the book. But it's got, potato soup, beet soup, smorgasbord, cookies and small cakes, breakfast sweet rolls, God Morgenkager. I'm probably mutilating that, but they have the Danish name underneath, which I think is super cool. Jolkag. So if you have Danish history, this would be a neat keepsake too. Then we have this one, The Best Recipes from the Backs of Boxes, Bottles, Cans, and Jars. And it is from 1982. So if there's recipes on our marketing thing that we love, like your Campbell's soup or Pillsbury flour, all those recipes that you see that they add on there are in here. So if there's a recipe you're like, I remember that being on a can of soup and it sounded so good, where is it? You can find it in here. The last 2 books, this one is St. Louis Bicentennial Cookbook. So it's from 1964. You got there's the cover. It has a little bit of schmutz here. I don't know what that is, but look at that with the arch. So if you are from St. Louis or a St. Louis lover, look at the pictures. And the fact that it's 1964, it's just kind of fun history and nostalgia. It has some great looking barge bars, butterscotch brownies, banana bread, lemon coffee cake. It sounds amazing. Then the last one is called the Blender Cookbook, which, by the way, look at the image. That should date it right there. And if you're like me and you don't care for a dust jacket, it does have a neat cover without the dust jacket. Because I tend to remove them off of all of my books because I don't like them. It's from 1961. So it does have some images in there. But like making mayonnaise, custard, lentil soup, jellied ham loaf. Who doesn't want a jellied ham loaf? It sounds like spam. 3 cheese and egg dish. So yeah, it's all the things to do with a blender. How fun is that? Plus, even if you didn't want to make anything out of a blender, it just looks cool. If you're like me, I just love the look of them too. So that is my haul. Books galore. How about a Bible verse? Oh, this is one of my other, so I had gotten some different postcards, and these are like old nostalgic pictures. So it looks like dad and son are camping and son's ready to go fishing, which kind of miss those days like that. The verse is Malachi 3:6. I am the Lord, I do not change. Which, how comforting is that? Because is there anything in our lives we can count on that does not change? Every day our bodies age, get more gray hairs, more wrinkles, more flab. The weather, oh my goodness, how much has the weather changed so much this year? Usually in North Carolina we have a really nice spring, but it's been all over the place. I mean, the other day it was a high of 52 and then it was 82. Your relationships with family and friends, where your job is, whether you have a job, our bank accounts, that changes all the time. So what in your life stays the same? There's nothing. The world is constantly changing. The weather, our lives, everything changes. Things come and go, fall apart, break down. But God has said right there, I do not change. So that's why we can, lay our faith in him, because if he is good, he's always good. If he's merciful, he's always merciful. If he's gracious, he's always gracious. And that's a comfort. So anyway, I don't believe there's a decorate with me because I got to get to putting some books in the shop. So thanks for joining me, and bye for now.
Well, next time I'll have a little bit more wood cut.
Build up the big bonfire.
Yeah.
Mika's not sure about it. It smells good. It smells like fire.
Yep.